everyone, hope you're going to have an awesome day today. Arrowverse here for your day. Can you do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe while you're at it. Go ahead, push that bell for notifications so you can get the scoop of my newest upcoming videos. Okay, so this is going to be a review video of The Flash Season 9. I'm also on Rotten Tomatoes website. Let's talk about the Arrowverse. Now, this is the ending of the whole Arrowverse. Basically, this was the last season of it, technically. I'm not sure about Superman and Lois, though, on the other hand. I think they're in a different state because, well, it's complicated with them and what's going on with Superman and Lois. But, if we scroll down, Supergirl did pretty well. I'll admit that right there. So, not going to be talking about Supergirl. First episode, Wednesday Ever After. So, when Barris and Iris relive same day over and over, I want to talk about this. This was like Groundhog's Day. Basically, we already had 2 episodes of this, basically. Like, in the past couple of seasons, they're stuck in Deja Vu land. We already had those kind of episodes. Here, no evil. So, this is the one where Barry feels guilty for what happened to Caitlin, and Mark tries to, let's just say, bring back Frost, but complications end up happening. Other than that, we get Keon too as well. Now, Rogues of War. Rogues of War, we saw the new Rogues. I gotta admit, the new Rogues were pretty interesting, and one of Team Flash's members betrayed them, but then he redeemed himself and became back on Team Flash. Yeah, that was Mark. Okay, so let me talk to you about Red Death. Now, Red Death, basically, that was terrible. The Mask of Red Death Part 1 and Part 2, it was atrocity. Basically, what I can say about this is that I did a lore video on it, Red Death, who Red Death actually is. In one of the interviews, Eric Wallace did say this. In his own words, he said, "I am trying to bring back the characters from the comic book series inside the TV show. That will be labeled inside the TV show." That was his exact words, what he said. He's bringing some characters out of the TV show and the context and the storyline out of the comic books. What kind of comic books was he even actually reading? He used Batwoman. Batwoman from another timeline, she says. Ryan Router. And she says she's from another timeline, but she's actually the evil version of, I guess you could say, the Flash. It's like the reverse Flash, basically, in her timeline. But episodes later, when we see Oliver Queen, that was a lie. She was not from another timeline. She was from Earth 4192. That's what Oliver told Barry. Yeah, Earth 4192. Oliver had a lot of, I guess, time on his hands. He knows every single planet, every single person on the planet, doppelgangers, clones, speedsters, people with meta powers, you name it. Because he's a Spectre, he has like the powers of the god. That's what Barry actually said. And other than that, Red Death, I will be putting at the end of this video who Red Death really is and Red Death really should have been. Now the thing is, I'm not knocking on Batwoman. Batwoman was actually a pretty interesting protagonist at one point. But still, even though we saw her in her Batwoman outfit, the thing is that I did not like it at all. It showed terrible potential. And not only did it show terrible potential, basically, let's just say that they should have brought CW's Gotham Batman. Yes, if they would have brought CW's Gotham Batman, it will make all total completely sense. But the thing is, the reason why they didn't bring CW's Gotham Batman was because it was a solo show, meaning it took place all the way back to where I guess it was like in the 90s, the early 2000s. It was kind of when, like, I guess you could say the villains were like young and stuff. This was actually Commissioner Gordon's uprising and then Bruce's uprising. So Commissioner Gordon's story goes down and Bruce Wayne's story goes up until he turns Batman. Basically, that's what happens in there. They should have brought that Batman inside here. That'll be more better. That'll be a little more epic. And if they wanted Batwoman, you should have had another role to play that protagonist. If you wanted a Batwoman, seriously, basically, that's what I can say about that. Red Death. Our hopes were completely destroyed. Good and bad luck. So, Barry and Iris prepare for their new life. Cecile takes a case with, I guess you could say, what can I say? This was the case of Lady Luck. The thing is that Lady Luck, I believe this was Lady Luck. She was having problems with her new fiance, but it was actually the fiance's brother that was manipulating her. I believe that was the one. Yeah, it was. That one was like a standalone Cecile episode. Cecile, and Allegra as well. Wildest Dreams, Iris and Nia. I barely even. I swear to you, I wasn't even going to do a recap. I was going to do a recap. Was not going to do a recap video of that. What was the point of that? Nia. We didn't even see Nia like towards the endings in the last episodes. We only saw her in the one episode. Like, her and Iris were in the deep sleep, basically. When they're in the deep sleep, well, let's just say that we thought that there's a villain that was, like, causing them to sleep, kind of like Freddy Krueger style, killing them in their sleep. But no, it was actually someone that was trying to help Nia to better learn their powers and to gain more strong strength from it. But why involve Iris? Doesn't make any sense at all. Oh yeah, that's because Iris is pregnant with the baby. They needed some drama. Iris was getting overheated, and if she would have surpassed a certain temperature, then little Nora inside of her, her baby, well, let's just say that, yeah, bad things would happen. I'm breaking down these, I guess you could say these episodes fast and small. This is breakdown and recaps of this in full-on review. I'm going to give my take on this. Partners in Time. Now, the Partners in Time were Chester admits to Allegra a secret. This where they kind of get a little close together. Let's just say that Keiynan meets with the old friend, and there's a lot of differences that goes along here. And Mark, he basically leaves the team, Team Flash, because I guess he feels like he needs to be alone and grieve alone with the loss of Frost. Basically, that was part of Wildest Dreams as well, and it was kind of like a to be continued. Partners in Time. Partners in Time was also with the health inspectors trying to go inside Star Labs, but they got stuck in the time loop again. That'll be like the fourth time they got stuck in the time loop. See, this is what I'm thinking. It's like Eric Wallace and the creators, they already know what's going to happen in season 9, episode 9, all the way up to the final finale. They already had that planned out. They just didn't have the rest planned out up ahead, up top, the previous episodes. So what I'm thinking is that they just gathered 6 fans into one room and said that, hey, can you actually make like 8 episodes, like pitch your ideas? That's what I think they actually done. Like, seriously, that's what I think what happened, what Eric Wallace had in mind. He was like, you know what, forget these episodes, we'll have the fans, these discreet fans actually write these episodes for us, and we'll draft them and we'll create them what they want to. Because yeah, you have to trust Eric Wallace's certain type of fans. I know that had to happen because this was basically another season. This was like season 7. Season 7 was garbage, trash, in the bin. Yeah. Alright. Things got really interesting when Ramsey Rosso came out of Iron Heights. He broke out of Iron Heights, and yeah, basically that's when Oliver Queen came back. And this was the episode 9 we were looking for, because Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow, returns along with him fighting with the side of John Diggle. But the thing is that was the only episode that we saw last of Kid Flash, Wally West. Yeah. So, A New World. This is where A New World, I guess you could say, it's the start of where we see Keon's powers begin to develop. Not only Keon's powers begin to develop, we also do see a mixture of, well, Eddie Thawne. Or he calls himself, his real name's Malcolm Thawne, but he says it's Dr. Gilbert Thawne. And so it was the Avatar Speed Force that actually brought him inside, well, let's just say that, alive. Yeah, brought him alive. And part two was just like the appearance of him actually trying to gather all his thoughts and try to find out, like, who am I? Why am I still alive? Number three, he finally figures out the clues and pictures, because in episode 10 and also episode 11, he was only getting like fragments. He thought that these were like just, I guess you could say, visions, but no, they weren't visions. They're actually memories, old memories. He was seeing of season 1. So we got to see Eobard Thawne, the original Reverse Flash bat. Part 3, we got to finally see him and Barry actually unite. And let's just say the stone fully did corrupt Eddie right there, then and there. We saw it. A New World Part 4. This was a huge episode we were all looking forward to. Now, they brought back Zoom, Savitar, Godspeed, and Reverse Flash. Well, technically, Cobalt Blue, Eddie brought him back. I'm going to break this down to you. They took down Zoom super easily. Super easily. It took one whole season to take down Zoom in season 2 of The Flash. Yes, that's how powerful Zoom was. He was juiced up on Velocity 9. Velocity 9, yes. And also he has Barry's organic Speed Force power, which means he should have been even more powerful. In this episode, we should have seen him. The last episode. Alright, time to talk about Godspeed. Now, as for Godspeed, he pulled him out when he was about to kill Impulse at that time, I believe. Question is, when he saw Dawn, why didn't they attack each other? Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing I don't understand. Godspeed fought Barry and Dawn. Like, they're trying to stop him for good, but Dawn nearly killed Godspeed. Why didn't Godspeed want to take his, I guess you could say, revenge? Because he threw him in Iron Heights as well. I didn't get that. Savitar, the God of Speed, the actual real God of Speed, the legend, basically. That took them, like, another whole season to stop him. Alright, Godspeed was easy to stop. That was in season 7. It only took 2 speedsters to stop him. That was about it. And the clones were, I guess you could say, well, he just sucked out all the clones' powers. And there's nothing much to say about Godspeed's clones or anything much. They're just after the real August Heart. They wanted to kill him. Basically, Barry didn't want to kill him. He wanted to take him down, so he needed Dawn's help. So, we have the new avatar, which is Eddie Thawne. Eddie Thawne became the new avatar of it. Savitar. Savitar died easily by the hands of excess Nora. He basically did what Iris did to him. So, he had Iris in front of Barry. This was, I believe, in, what was it, season 5 or season 6? Season 5. He stabbed her. He killed Iris. Well, technically, he didn't kill Iris. He killed Dawn. A Wells. Technically, he killed a Wells. This time, when he stabbed Nora, I thought Nora was going to die. I thought someone was going to die, but no. Nora was actually phasing her way through the blade that struck through her, and she broke the blade, took the blade, went behind his back, and stabbed him right through his suit and pierced the doppelganger of Barry Allen and killed him. It took them one whole episode in order to take down Savitar. That did not make any sense at all, and it only took Nora like 10 seconds. They kill him, take him down. Okay, that's weird. That's exactly how long it took all the speedsters to die. Basically, if you check out Zoom, if you combine all their clips together with Zoom being chased, Zoom didn't look like how intimidating how he used to be. Like back in season 2 with all the velocity, X inside him, electricity, and that scary ass deep voice of his and those black eyes. Sure, we got to see the iconic "you can't lock up the darkness." We got to hear that. We got to see that right there, but that was all we got to see basically. Now, as for Dawn was taken out by Allegra. Yeah, Allegra. Seriously. That leaves Eddie and Flash. I'm kind of glad what happened towards the ending a little bit when Barry went inside the Speed Force. He really did need his ass kicked by Eddie, and I'm pretty sure Eddie felt real good about that, because coming from Eddie, hearing what he said, "You stole my fiance from me and stuff, and I should have had the life that you had, but you stole the life from me," basically. He was pissed off, so he let off some steam, and eventually Barry talked some sense into him and told him that you are the new avatar of the negative Speed Force, which means the crystal that gave you power, it only gave you power of the negative Speed Force and turned you into the new avatar of the negative Speed Force. The thing is that the crystal is useless. It doesn't have any more power anymore. All it does is talk to you, tries to make you even more angry over and over again. Barry saved his life. It could have been the same outcome with Dawn. If Dawn would have juiced up even more on negative Speed Force, he would have disappeared. So, again, Barry actually saved Eddie's life, but they left each other on good terms. So, towards the ending, what happened? Barry runs all the way out to the old training field from season 1, like where he first started off with. He threw a lightning bolt in the sky. 3 lightning bolts came out of 1 lightning bolt. He chose 3 people to be nude speedsters in Prime Earth. And basically that was the ending of the Arrowverse. Seriously. A lot of people are pissed off. A lot of content creators on Instagram are really pissed off about this last final season. Like, my only words, I could say that it was a crappy episode. I'll give episode 9 a pass because they brought back the legendary Oliver Queen. I'll give that a pass, and they also brought back Wally West. Where was Wally West like when they're all fighting these speedsters? I thought these speedsters were gonna be even more powerful, but no, they didn't want these speedsters to be powerful. They want to kill these speedsters off one by one at a time, real fast, in like 10 seconds. It's so condescending and so redundant. That's what I disliked about this season. And this season also as well, to give it a rank, I'd say I would give it a 5 out of 10. Yes, a 5 out of 10. If they never would have brought back the evil speedsters, including Oliver Queen and also Wally West, I would have gave it a 2 out of 10. Seriously. This is how much it pissed me off so much this final season. This is the Arrowverse we're talking about. Oliver Queen created this Arrowverse. Without him, the Arrowverse wouldn't be here at all anymore anytime soon. So, my thing is that Eric Wallace, if you're still thinking about pitching another episode, well, not episode, another spin-off of The Flash with Grant Gustin, don't bother, don't do it. Just let the DCU hire Grant Gustin as the new Flash. I'm pretty sure that Grant Gustin will take up that role. Other than that, I believe that it's my review. Yeah, I give it a 5 out of 10 for this one. I'm still pretty aggravated and annoyed by this. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are new, subscribe to the channel as always. And yes, of course, I'll see you all in the next one.